at least to jump in it outside. We call these las Esperas, spheres. And they were different theories about how those spheres, the use that the indigenous people did for these spheres. At the beginning, the Spanish thought that it was not much gold in Costa Rica because they thought the indigenous put it inside the spheres. So they break many of them, thinking that the gold was like hiding inside. Other people thought later the theories about the spheres, well, they were rolling from the volcanoes maybe, and the generation of families finished like the bonsais for the Chineses, más o menos. Second use that they thought that it could be that the UFOs put these as signs for the other ones that they were traveling, you know, in the area here. Definitely, anthropologists and everybody who knows about the indigenous studies, they discovered that those spheres were public landmarks because Costa Rica was a trade center, so you travel during the day. But in the forest that we had here, it was difficult for them to find the way to keep going. So this probably it will copy the constellations, ¿verdad? Because we found from this size spheres to this other side. So imagine the majesty of this one. So they were public landmarks, copy of the constellations, and also they were in the entrances of the most important people in the indigenous group settled there. Most of them, they were found in the south of the country, close to the border with Panama, and they were doing banana plantations there on the 1920s, so this is recently, because before people had it on their homes as ornaments. But in the 20s, finally, this young lady, Doris Stone, that we should call it Doris Roundstone, no, Doris Stone, it was her last name, casualty, was here with her father doing these excavations. The father was an engineer that they were sent, and then she started to notice all those spheres there. Thanks God she was studying anthropology, so she took pictures of all these, what it was still in the original places where it's supposed to be, because most of them, unfortunately, they were removed, and they used them in the homes as ornaments, and they used to sell this. They're selling our patrimony. Also, many important pieces of the Costa Rican archaeology are in international museums all over the world. Because for many, many years, Costa Rican people thought that if you have one of those pieces at home, it's going to be a bad luck for you. Because many times they thought that the pottery, it will have the ashes of somebody inside or things like that. So people used to break them. Our great-grandmothers, they were planting something, corn, they found one, they break it because they don't want to have that at home, because usually it will have bad spirits. That's what they thought before. So many of the collections were put out just for